Yes, we got another episode, y'all. I know you thought it was over, but it's not. I'm still going. Here's another one for you. How do you handle conflicts and disagreements about boundaries with ex-partners and ex-past relationships? Yikes. No. I went over this one before, I believe. If I didn't, I gotta address it again. The ex should be just that, and as far as I'm concerned, the ex shouldn't even be in the picture. The ex shouldn't be friends. I'm sorry. I think once that relationship cuts, the friendship and everything should cut. You don't gotta hate each other, but I think if you're ready to move on, or you've already moved on, then you have to move on. The ex is always gonna want closure. They always do. And then the woman always gives them the closure, and then that opens everything back up. Nothing's closed. So let it stay closed. He's an ex for a reason. That's what I feel like. So let him be an ex. There's nothing to discuss about ex. They shouldn't be around as far as I'm concerned. But tell me what you think, ladies. Is it cool to be friends with your ex and still keep him around as a friend, even when you're so-called trying to move on with your life? How are you going to give the next man a chance if the ex is there? What do you do in that situation? How do you handle those tough questions when he asks you, what does the ex want? Why is he contacting you? Why is he in your phone? Let me know what you think, ladies. Peace.
Imagine this. It's Saturday morning and your phone buzzes. It's your ex, asking if they can borrow your car, the one they borrowed once before and returned with the tank empty and a dent in the bumper. Suddenly, you're flooded with memories of past arguments, resentments bubbling up like a pot boiling over. This, my friends, is a classic example of how boundary issues with an ex can resurface, even months or years after the breakup. Why does this happen? Often it's because the initial split didn't involve clear, respectful boundaries. But here's the good news. It doesn't have to be this way. By establishing and maintaining healthy boundaries, you can navigate these choppy post-breakup waters with grace and strength. Before you can communicate your boundaries to your ex, you need to be crystal clear about what they are. This means taking some time for self-reflection. What are your non-negotiables? What are you willing to compromise on? Think about the things that trigger negative emotions, the requests that leave you feeling drained or disrespected. Once you have a better understanding of your own needs, you can start setting those boundaries. Remember, boundaries are not about controlling your ex. They're about taking control of your own life and how much you allow others to impact you. Start by setting small, manageable boundaries. Maybe it's limiting contact to certain days or times, or declining requests that make you uncomfortable. Small, consistent steps are key. As you become more comfortable asserting your needs, you can gradually build on these boundaries, creating a healthier and more respectful dynamic with your ex. Communicating your boundaries effectively is just as crucial as setting them in the first place. This doesn't mean you need to have a big, dramatic confrontation. In fact, the most effective communication is often calm, direct, and assertive. Start by choosing the right time and place for the conversation. When you do speak to your ex, be clear and concise about your boundaries. Use I statements to express your needs and feelings without blaming or accusing them. Be prepared for your ex to react in different ways. Stay firm but respectful. Things can get a little more complicated when you and your ex share responsibilities, whether it's co-parenting children, caring for a pet, or managing a joint business venture. These shared responsibilities require a different level of interaction and often necessitate some level of compromise. However, compromise doesn't mean sacrificing your boundaries altogether. Start by establishing clear, written agreements whenever possible. Communication remains crucial, but it's helpful to keep it focused on the shared responsibility itself rather than bringing up old relationship issues. Stick to factual information and logistics, and avoid using these interactions as opportunities to rehash past arguments or air grievances. Remember, navigating shared responsibilities with an ex requires patience, flexibility, and a willingness to prioritize the greater good. It's important to remember that setting boundaries is not about winning or punishing your ex. It's about taking control of your own life and choosing to prioritize your own emotional well-being. Sometimes, despite our best efforts, our boundaries will be tested. Your ex might slip up, old patterns might resurface, and you might find yourself feeling triggered or frustrated. The key is to not allow these setbacks to derail your progress. Remember, you are not responsible for your ex's reactions, but you are responsible for how you choose to respond. Choose to respond with grace, assertiveness, and a commitment to your own well-being. Navigating boundaries with an ex can be challenging, but it's an essential part of moving on and creating a healthier, happier future for yourself. Remember, setting boundaries is not selfish. It's an act of self-care and self-respect. By communicating your needs clearly, assertively, and respectfully, you can establish a new dynamic with your ex, one that honors your emotional well-being and allows you to move forward with grace and strength. And remember, you don't have to do this alone. If you're struggling to set boundaries or navigate challenging conversations, don't hesitate to seek support from a therapist or counselor. For more insights on relationships, communication, and emotional well-being, subscribe to our channel. By setting healthy boundaries, you're taking a powerful step towards creating that reality for yourself.